Today we'll be looking at the merge sort algorithm. Now, merge sort comes under the category of divide and conquer, where we basically divide the given problem into subproblems and then solve the subproblem, and the solution to subproblem will eventually lead to solution to the original problem. The algorithm divides the input array into two halves, uh, and then keeps on doing that and finally merges the two halves which have been sorted. Let's look at the algorithm overview with an example. Now, if you look at over here, there are seven numbers, n is 7. So, what we do is we identify the mid element and split it into two arrays. So, mid becomes 3. So, L equal to 0, R equal to 3 becomes the first array. Then from 4 to 6 would become the second array. Then again, the first array will again be split 0 to 3, mid is 2, so mid is 1, sorry. So 0, 1, that is 38, 27 will become one array, 43, 3 will become another array. Then again 38, 27 will again be split into two halves, 0 and 1, mid is 0, so 38 becomes one element, 27 becomes one element. So this process goes on by splitting the array into two halves. Eventually you will have two elements. And then what you do is, if you look at the algorithm here, as long as the left is less than the r, you find the mid element l plus r by 2, if you can look at the algorithm. Then again recursively call merge sort with l and m. So you have first array, then the second array is m plus 1 comma r, and then eventually you are going to merge the array with L, M and R. So what happens now is, if you look at there, 38 and 27 will now be merged in a sorted way, which means that it will call another algorithm merge which will sort those two numbers. So the output now is 27, 38. Similarly, 43 and 3 which have been split will again be merged, so it becomes 3 and 43. Now again there are two arrays, one array is 27, 38, the other array is 3 and 43. Those two will be again merged and you will get the sorted output as 3, 27, 38, 43. So this process continues until you get the final sorted output. So if you look at the numbers which have been mentioned out there, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, that's the order of splitting which has taken place. So first split, second split, the third split is 38 and 27. Then next the merge will be called, 4 and 5 will be merged. Then 6 is the next, which will be, then you have 7, then you have 7 is split into 43, 3, then merge 8, 9, then 6 and 10 will be merged, 11, then similarly again you go back, 12, 13 and 17 is split, 14, 15 will be merged into 16, 16 and 18, then 19, finally 11 and 19 will be merged, finally you get the output at 20. So this is what merge sort is all about. Divide it, left array, right array, keep on splitting recursively. Remember, merge sort is recursively called until left becomes greater than r, right? So in that case, then you merge them in a sorted way, right? So this keeps on looping until your array becomes sorted. So this is the idea behind the algorithm. Now let's look at the important function, which is merge. So merge is there in the fourth line of the algorithm. Merge, which has parameter array L, M and R. M is the midpoint. Now if you look at the algorithm out there, what we need to do is, the input to merge is single array. So that single array will have left, right index, left index and the middle index. Now what I need to do is, I need to identify the size of left array and then the right of array. So the size of the left array, if I take an example, so this is the entire array now, 3 to 17, 0 to 6. So the left array is 0, L is 0 index, R is 6, M is 3. So the left array size you can identify with the formula m minus l plus 1. So n1 is the size of the left array, which gives 4 is the size of the first array, and the second size array is r minus m, which is equal to 3. So this is the first part of the merge, where I am trying to identify the size of the two arrays which are sorted, which needs to be merged, n1 and n2. I get the size, in this case n1 is 4, n2 is 3. Then next what I will do is, I need to copy the array elements into li and rj. So I am making use of two loops over there. So I is less than n1, add it to L of I, which is nothing but array of I plus 1, to R of j. J will be the index of the right array. Add array of m plus 1 plus j, because the second array starts with m plus 1, and then I am going to add the j index out there. So this is the first part, where I am going to copy the array into two temporary arrays, left array and right array, which is L and R. Next, what I am trying to do is, now I am trying to sort these two arrays and put it in a single array, which is again A. So for that, what I'll do is, I'll have one index I, which belongs to first subarray, index j, which belongs to second array, and k, which is equal to L, which belongs to the original array, which is k. Now next, what I'll be doing is, I'll be running the while loop. So this while loop goes on until one of the array gets exhausted. So what I'll do here is, your I and j index have been initialized as 0, 0, k is also 0, which is L. Here I'll compare the first element of the array with the first element of the second array, right array. So 3 and 4, 3 less than or equal to 4 is true. So what I'll do now is, I am going to push the lesser element, which is 3, onto the array. So array of k will become equal to L of I. So array of k is 0, array of 0 will now become L of I, which is L of 0 is 3. Then again, once I do that, I'll increment the I value, because 3 I have already taken out, so I will be incremented. I'll also increment k at the end of this else part. Next, again the condition will be checked, I less than n1, j less than n2. Next, you compare L of I and R of j. So I am going to compare 8 less than or equal to 4, which is false. Then the second array, first element, that is 4, will be copied to the array, which is k equal to 1. Then k is incremented. Now j is incremented, because the second array element is copied. Then again, the next check is between 8 and 6. So again, it is false. So 6 is copied to the array. Then j is incremented. So j becomes 2, k becomes 3. Then 8 is compared with 14 here. That is, L of 1 is compared with R of 2. That is the j index, which is true. Now I am going to copy 8 to the original array. Increment I, increment k. Then 13 is checked with 14, which is true. 13 gets added to the array. Then 17 is checked with 14, so the second array element 14 gets added. Now if you look at, j becomes 3, k becomes 6. Now j less than n2. What is n2? n2 is 3. So j less than n2, it fails. The loop fails. So comes out of the while loop. Now once it comes out of the while loop, now right now how many elements were there? There were 7 elements. Right now in the original array there are 6 elements, which means that it is likely that few elements of one of the subarrays or both the subarrays might be remaining over there. So now what I will do is, I will copy the remaining elements of the array into the final array. So what I will do now here is, I will first check if I is less than n1. In this case it is true, because I value is 3, n1 is 4, which means that one element of I is actually, index I is pending, that is 17. So I am going to add L of I, L of 3 is 17 to array of k. So 17 gets added to the array. Then I am going to increment I and k, I becomes 4, k becomes 7. So I less than n1, 4 less than 4 is false. So comes out of the while loop. Then next checks the while loop, which is j. So j is less than n2. If you look at the j index value, it is already 3. n2 is also 3. 3 less than 3 is false. So j, this condition fails. So it comes out of the while loop. So this way I have merged two sorted arrays into single array. So if I again revert back to the original algorithm here, so this is the main function call merge sort. Merge sort repeatedly calls left array, right array, and then the merge function is called. So this is how merge sort algorithm works. Analysis part I have not covered here. I'll take it up in the regular class about how to analyze the efficiency of the algorithm.